We're here in Germantown with Doug Davis with UMANA Wisconsin, and we're going to review what's happening today in Germantown in this warehouse with Help Heroes Ukraine, UMANA Wisconsin, Wisconsin Ukrainians. So here is Doug. He's going to go ahead and tell you like all the stations, what's happening today. We have Rotary from Wisconsin, a lot of volunteers helping, and then so you kind of get a visual, an idea of what we do from start to finish and over there. So we're going to walk through. So here is Doug. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Doug.
Hi, Doug Davis. I'm a physician from the Madison area. My wife is Natalia Boha. She's an oncologist at UW Cancer Center. She's from Lviv, Ukraine, born and raised there. Came to the United States at the end of high school and stayed for college and med school. And we met in med school. When the war began, we evacuated her entire family to be with us here in Wisconsin, and they're also physicians. So we've been sort of moving to use our healthcare backgrounds to mobilize resources for medical resources for Ukraine, and this is what's happening. We're getting supplies being donated from all over the country, literally. We're working on the backs of the work that had already been done by UMANA, Illinois, that's the Ukrainian Medical Association North America. They'd started this supply pipeline to Ukraine from Chicago O'Hare, and we're basically reproducing that here to share the burden with them, because it's not an uncomplicated process.
Yeah, this looks like it's very much organized and refined, and that this is going to allow it to mobilize and send a lot of pallets effectively.
And so I can show you, like this is command and control center, and this is where, like, I can see what's going on at the Chicago warehouse and all of the pallets that they've already got ready to go. They've weighed them and they're ready to be put on the plane. There's another warehouse, Maria, that's doing the same thing. And don't let this fool you. We've now got completed 24 pallets of donated supplies, each weighing anywhere from 130 to 200 plus kilograms. But the process is, just I'll walk you through it. This is the sorting and boxing area where we get them on these large boxes that are on special types of pallets that can go on the international flights. We've got overflow. Some stuff can't go on the international flights. So no Lala.
Oh, no Lala. That's
Lala
great.
is allowed, and that's liquid aerosols, lithium batteries, and alcohol wipes in large quantities. So we're collecting the Lala here, and that's probably get shipped over on a shipping container.
That's very clever. Who came up with that? I don't know if that's already a medical thing, but that's very easy to remember. So
yeah,
awesome.
No, we can probably research it at some. And this is Natalie. This is Dr. Natalia Boha, my wife.
Hi.
We're being live streamed.
Oh, I'm in live stream.
Yes.
Slava Ukraini. Says
Slava.
we have a good momentum going here. I gotta go back to sorting.
Awesome.
But yeah, so we sort of categorize. You can see like that one's an operating room tarp where we're seeing things that go in the I'm
gonna kind of like be over your shoulder, sort of, so then it's easier to see. So
this one is for more like anesthesia.
yes, okay.
This is where any type of sharp, anything that's sharp, like needles for suture kits, scalpels, and the things. We keep the whole principle is sort the same type of stuff with the same type of stuff to make it easy when it gets on the other side for them to unpack and warehouse it, so that when they get requests from hospitals around Ukraine, it goes directly from Ministry of Health warehouses then out to the hospitals that need it. So let's say a hospital in Kharkiv needs orthopedic external fixation hardware, where we've sent some of that over in a box. It's gotten unpacked in a warehouse. Most of the warehouses are in Western Ukraine, and then they get the request from some place like Kharkiv, and then take it off their shelves and send it out. But this is where we're doing the sorting and then the packaging. But then over here, this is where all of the donated supplies have been come in, and we've been literally getting supplies donated from all over the country. There was 15 pallets from Buffalo, New York. There were, probably 20 pallets plus from Indiana. We got a shipment come in this morning from Minnesota. We 25 pallets from California. So
That's awesome.
So people have who have had stuff to donate. They haven't necessarily had a way to easily get it over there, and that's where the UMANA organization has done just a fantastic job of. They've got a long partnership with the Ukrainian Ministry of Health that in the past was just educational exchange and sharing. And then when the war began, they just completely retooled it into a medical supply and donation relief effort. And those ties to the Ukrainian Ministry of Health, going back years and years and years, is what's allowed that to happen.
Yeah, so there's a lot of collaboration here. I'm just thinking like all the organizations here today. It's like that's one of the Wisconsin Ukrainians. One of the first connections is UMANA, so we knew they were really great at medical things, and it's continued to refine. Like Doug, who's all here today? What groups or how did some of this happen today?
So the Milwaukee area Rotary helped us to really do the heavy lifting of getting everybody organized, getting all the supplies that we would need to do for the shipping, and get the volunteers out. That most of them were not from medical backgrounds, and then through different organizations, mainly UW, MCW, Freighter, Marquette, and a few others, we were able to get a core of medical people to help.
Doug, we have a question. So someone asked, do we need help next week?
Very likely. Very likely. We are continuously receiving supplies. We can put out. There's the Milwaukee Rotary has been organizing a place where you can sign up to volunteer.
And I'll post that link in the comments after this live is done.
Yeah.
So do we need volunteers yet today?
Today we are probably good today.
Okay.
We've already, as I think I said, got 24 pallets. We can probably, I don't know. I don't know that we'll double that, but we'll try. And we've got some new people coming in. Today was run here in Wisconsin, so it was a largely, we want to get it on this flight that's going out on Monday. It's going out from O'Hare to Lublin, Poland, from Lublin, Poland into the hands of the Ministry of Health in Rivne, Ukraine. Our goal was to get as much as we can to be included on that flight, but also to do the process ourselves, learn it, train people up. So this is not a one and done. This is a plan to, as supplies and donations keep coming in.
Okay, we're back live. Sorry, there's a little break in the action there.
Yeah.
So back again with Doug with UMANA Wisconsin, talking about the flight that's going out on Monday into Ukraine with medical supplies that have been packing. So Doug, I know even a couple weeks ago, still talking about like the training, getting people here onboarded to understand the specificity of these boxes, because there's certain things that just can't be shipped on the plane. Is that correct?
That's the no lala.
That's right.
No lala is no liquids, aerosols, lithium-ion batteries, and alcohol wipes in large quantities because they're flammable.
Exactly.
And these are, like I said, these are the donations that are coming from places all across the country, and they're coming in various states of pre-sorting and ordering. So the main thing we have to do first of all is just get it unpacked, look and figure out what we've got. And if it's really well organized already when it arrives, we just basically put it in the right box. If it's not, then this is where on the tarps, we're doing the sorting the same type of stuff with the same type of stuff, so that when it gets to Ukraine, they don't have to repeat the process.
That's great. What are some of the biggest needs right now that if it's a hospital organization, medical organization that's watching, what's the best way that they can get items here?
Frontline medic EMT materials, which includes tourniquets, first aid kits, quality tourniquets.
Yeah, because there's a lot of knockoff ones on Amazon. So we're purchasing direct tourniquets from a company in Texas. There's some other great brands, but then there's other ones that are knockoffs, so be careful.
Wound care is huge, and including things that, like wound vacs. They've been having a critical shortage of wound vacs. There are so many people with horrible wounds and amputations and needing intrathoracic, intra-abdominal surgeries that then require extensive use of wound vacs for the healing process. All the dressings and disposables that they have to cycle through. Anything surgical, is of value. Anesthesia, and come here. This is where we're sorting sort of operating room equipment. The thing that they really, really need the most there's a lot of things they need a lot of, but just go online and look at the images coming from some of the hospitals in the east where the amputations and the shrapnel injuries where bones are shattered. They need external fixation orthopedic hardware. People's bodies are having to be reconstructed, and that's a huge need. I can, show that this is, I've been texting with Natalie's best friend from childhood, Chichka. Talking to her brother, who I met when he was 16 years old at Chichka's wedding, Pablo. He's now, a doctor, and he's out on the front lines, and just texting with her to say, we're thinking of Yarko and what they need, and they need, he's out there on the front lines where they're targeting people who are just doing healthcare aid, civilians, and this is real people. So.
Yeah, I think, Doug, as all the things you're saying here, I think a lot of people think of humanitarian, they think food and clothes, and obviously we want to make sure those items get to Ukraine, but also getting the right tools so we can prolong life, so we have less refugees, less orphans, by making sure that their parents are able to be kept alive and be able to heal. So, okay, so Doug, so this is you have a list here, it looks like, right?
Yeah, every time a box is completed, we grab a shot, and this is where we bring it back full circle.
It's a really nice flow here. It's kind of, like full circle, like you just said.
And now this is the stuff, like first of all, I just grab a shot of it, just so I don't lose it.
So using the tools, to be really efficient, and then this collaborative nature with Google Sheets has been awesome.
At some point when things slow down a bit, that information is going to go. We have to get it over there. We have we got this special type of. I can bring you over here. We have a special type of pallet jack that's got a scale that allows us to measure the weight, because to get this all legally on a flight, you have to have it properly placed on these special types of pallets, properly secured, dimensions known, and also the weight known. So once we're done, we move them from that area over to here. We got our special jack, or pallet jack, pallet truck. So I can just now you'll notice 235 kilograms, and we mark it on the box, take a picture, and continue moving on.
And obviously there's weight limitations on planes. That's why it's critical to do it as much here. So as soon as it's ready and sorted, you can get on the plane and they know what weight capacity you can have.
And look, and now this is amazing.
Sorry, over here.
This polyvinyl strapping that, these types of Gaylord box, they're corrugated cardboard, so they're really strong. And when they're weighted down on the pallets, they're in pretty good shape. But this is just one extra level of assurances that when the planes are landing and taking off, that these boxes aren't going to shift off of
right.
the thing in flight. Because not only do they have to get them situated on the plane, they're going to be stacking them. You don't want these things to topple and things like that. So
that's true. Wow. Yeah, because I mean, some of these warehouses you can see here, it goes up. I don't even know how many feet, at least.
Oh yeah,
30 feet.
You can see where they're stacked.
Yeah.
They could, we were around in Chicago. Those are stacked, 5, 10,
yeah,
20 high.
So this is so some of the folks over there is Corey. He's the manager.
He's the boss man.
Yeah. So he's
we're the boss, and I mean, we could not. There's so many organizations, but Igor Chaletsky, Patriot Transport, and their organization, Help Heroes of Ukraine, have just been incredibly kind and generous, and allowing us to use this space, but also to facilitate all the transport and get these. They've been getting the supplies to us, and they're going to take once we got these pallets ready to go, take it down to Chicago tomorrow, so that they can be in Chicago and ready to be put on the plane, the Maersk plane that goes out Monday. So.
That's incredible. Yeah, the just the collaborative nature. Like, people ask, I know us, like, hey, what kind of things we can take or do. But this is just an example of people working together, because there's so many components on logistics here, and it takes everyone working together, whether it's Ukrainians, Wisconsin, people in Wisconsin, Illinois, all over the United States. We're doing whatever we can to help the Ukrainian people not only survive, but ultimately win and rebuild. So all your efforts, whether you donate items, you donate funds, you donate your time, or also just donate time just to listen and learn. It helps us help Ukraine. So thank you, Doug. Is there anything else you want to wrap up? I think I'll see he's continually just adjusting, making sure you can write down the information. So
no, I just finished this one. So no, I mean it's thank you guys. I mean, the funny thing is the way it happened that we got this warehouse was I brought my brother-in-law, Dr. Taras Haba from Ukraine, and my father-in-law, Vladko, out to help out when you guys were delivering a Wisconsin-Ukraine donation here that Help Heroes of Ukraine was. Igor Chaletsky was here. He's from Lviv, where my wife's family is all from, and when he realized what we were doing with UMANA, he's like, do whatever, it's yours. So it's just, it's been, I think that was not even 3 weeks ago.
I know, it feels like months.
It
ago,
feels
some
like
of it, yeah.
It literally feels like. Actually, I don't even think it was. It was 2 weeks ago.
I think so. It was because Fox Valley Tech. We worked with them to get a couple trucks. We had to split it because the load was nearly 40,000 pounds. There's a lot of food, medical, and other things. And we've been getting some other trucks here, and also Help Heroes Ukraine has also come to like Green Bay and other areas to come pick items up. But you can see the scale and the capacity here, the potential. So
this warehouse was last Friday when I met with the Rotary Club of Milwaukee for the first time. Empty, and in 1 week's time, we've got this going.
That's awesome. So incredible. Well, thank you everyone for your support. Continue watching UMANA Wisconsin's Facebook page for specific items and needs for this warehouse and the work that's being done here. Continue to watch our page for updates as well. So thank you all for your time, and thank you, Doug. Everyone continue doing an awesome work, and we know you will, and together Ukraine will win. One more.
This is brains of the operation. This is Joette. She's from Milwaukee Rotary. She is like we're attached at the hip, right?
Yeah, exactly. So literally.
No, we're so grateful for Rotary in Milwaukee. I'll have to get like the Facebook page so I can tag too. But we're so grateful for the support. Like, it's just community working together.
We are happy to have the opportunity to help. We have a great club that's community service. This is what we do.
Amazing. She makes it happen.
That is awesome. Incredible.
All right.
They're moving the forklift, so we will get out of the way. But thank you everybody again.
Get out of your way.